on Periscope, but I feel like it's just too much. I can't even, I don't know if our internet will even handle another feed coming from Crystalline Bell's room. Ha ha. Let's get some light on there. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get this one thing going, and then I'm really totally going to be ready, okay? Not kidding. I am not kidding. I'm going to be ready in just another minute. And hey, I'm not doing a terrible job considering I'm doing this a little bit on the fly. So catching everybody up here, I am really happy to have decided what I'm going to do next. So I am getting ready to I'm still in Cambodia, and I will be here for another 10 days. I have 10 more days left in Cambodia, and then I'm going to Paris. And let me tell you something, it's actually a little bit on the nerve-wracking side because time goes so quickly. Am I the only person who feels like time just flies like at a ridiculous rate? It's really challenging for me to keep up with everything, you know? And I'm learning how to go with the flow, but it's not easy sometimes. And right now I'm here in Siem Reap, and I've had a wonderful time in Siem Reap. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit like happily brokenhearted that I have to leave. Now look, I'm happy to be moving on because I'm happy to be moving on. You know, it's good to be moving on. I'm fortunate to be able to visit a beautiful country like Cambodia and to come here and to be welcomed like with so much love and affection and appreciation is simply awesome. You know, it's just awesome. So I'm very blessed, feeling super blessed. And, you know, like sad though that I have to leave my little family that I've established this beautiful relationship with. I love this place and it's hard to leave. So I am shuffling my cards. You can hear the shuffle. So I'm shuffling up, getting ready to do a tarot forecast for the week of September 11th through September 17th. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do 4 different cards, and it's going to be a reading for romance, health, money, and career. That's what I like to do. 4 different readings for those different things. And oh, Jesus, my fingernails are ridiculous. My fingernails are so dirty, you guys. This is so gross. I'm grossing myself out right now. But you know what? When I'm out during the day, it's very, very dusty here in Siem Reap. Super dusty. And I go out and I come back really dirty, and I haven't had a shower yet because I'm not done being out yet. So I'm actually cleaning up my fingernails a little bit because this is just too gross even for me to look at. And anyway, so we're going to do a 4-card reading, and we're going to look at, like I said, romance, health, career, and money. And remember that career and money are very different things. But I'll talk about that when we get to that part of the reading. Now, what I'm going to do your readings for you, whoever's on Facebook or YouTube or Bigo, if you want me to do a personal reading for you while I'm online, I'm more than happy to. but I'm going to do those at the end. So I'm going to want you to stick around with me. Also, you're going to want to stick around if you want a reading. You're going to want to hear the whole broadcast, because what I say in the broadcast is going to answer a lot of your questions already, and maybe even help you go deeper into them, so that when I give you a reading, you'll be even more, it'll be a better reading for you because you'll already have insight about what's coming on for the week. All right, my nails are still pretty gross, so I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm sorry, you guys. It's going to be a little bit on the gross side. All right, darling. So, shuffling the cards, getting ready. So, I need to tell you how to contact me so that you know what to do when we're done. Okay, so a couple of things. I'm teaching a tarot class so that you can learn how to read the cards. You can learn how to read the cards, and I'll happily teach you during the tarot class. Tarot starts September 27th, depending on where you are. Of course, you should look at my website so you can know the dates. I'm going to give you the dates for California. California Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Daylight Time. It's Tuesday, September 27th at 7:30 p.m. You'll need to adjust your daylight, your timing from there. I'm going to be in Paris. Oh my God, I'm going to be in Paris. So it's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody's going to need to change her timing on that, because I'm not going to be able to be up and sharp at 3 o'clock in the morning to teach a class. But I'm going to try. I'll figure it out. But anyway, if you want to know about tarot, you'll just email me, or you come on the website and everything will be updated there, okay? Website is www.crystallynnbell.com. All right, my loves, so we're getting ready to rock on here with our first card for tarot for this week. So we're looking at week September 11th through September 17th. So starting with this Sunday, the energies present from Sunday through Saturday. And I think that I'm going to start, let's see. Okay, so the message is to start with the heart. So if you are in a position where you can take a deep breath into your heart center, I want everybody to take a deep breath into their heart center and just kind of focus on what it is you desire in terms of romance and relationship. So I'm really wanting to tune into the benevolent energies of the universe, and I'm offering guidance and clarity, openness, and alignment with the highest aspects of relationship. I'm talking about relationship with the self. So for this romance reading, we're starting with romance. We're looking at relationship with the self, and we're looking at relationship with a partner. So this is the energy that's coming in with regard to the self and with regard to the partner. And this is for all of us in general. This is a general reading that's talking about the energies that are coming in for all people around the world. Doesn't matter where you are. We're all one. We're all one being here. This is unity we have here. This is love, and it's all heart space. And we're going in. Trust. Okay. So we have the four of swords. Four of swords. So Four of Swords represents having okay, so swords represent the mind. So you should know whenever you're doing tarot cards that there are 4 different suits. I'm not going to talk about all the suits right now because this is not the tarot class. However, we do know that I'm teaching a class, so you can join me. But we do want to know that swords represent the mind. So the energy for this week, okay, if you look at this card, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 swords, and swords represent the mind, and the number 4 represents like a container. You can think about the 4 walls of your room. You can think about four 4 legs on a table, right? You got 4 pillars. So the number 4 is a number of stability and coming to a place of stillness. There's a lot of stillness in the number 4. This card, and if you look at it really closely, I'm going to show my friends on Bigo live here. If you look really closely, you see there's a knight who's laying down resting. And it almost looks like he might even be laid to rest. Yeah, laid to rest. So this card represents the energy of really laying something to rest and giving it total peace. So for this week, I want you to, for your love and your romance, before you make any decisions, before you go out and you start contemplating breaking up or diving into a relationship with someone, right? Before you make any decisions, I really want you to just calm your mind first. And the thing is, you guys, if you don't calm your mind first, your mind is going to be telling the story that it believes. And sometimes your mind tells you a really good story, and other times your mind tells you a really fucked up story. We know this. We all live all up in our own minds, and I know that I'm not the only person whose mind tells them some fucked up stuff sometimes. So for this week, we are to help our mind go soft, to relax, to stop telling so many stories, and to actually just focus on peace, peace of mind. That's what this card is about. Peace in the mind, balance in the mind, stability in the mind. I want you also, now, okay, so that's what you're going to do, right? This is what you're going to do. That's what the universe is urging us to do this week. Some of you are wondering, how do I calm my mind? How do I get my mind calm? Talk to your mind from the perspective of your higher self. This is coming in really strongly for us. So we know that in our minds we have a lot of different dialogues, right? Like we have one part of our mind which is like, oh, this is horrible. This is a terrible thing. I feel bad. And then you have another part of your mind that says, yes, but you know, you feel bad right now, but if you just relax, you're going to feel better. And then the other part of your mind is like, yeah, but it hurts really bad right now. And then your other part of your mind goes, yes, but you know that this is a growth opportunity for yourself. You know that you're growing here and now. So we all have this kind of experience with our mind. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to have 2 different voices, because Lord knows if I had to be a slave to that first voice that's always negative and kind of whiny, Lord knows where I'd be right now. So I'm saying that in order to get your chatty mind when you're talking and it's monkey mind and it's constantly going like blah, 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 telling you all sorts of stories that don't really matter and that are not serving you, telling you stories that are making you feel worse, telling you stories that are taking you down a negative rabbit hole, that's the one we want to calm. So what we're going to do is bring in our higher self and talk from that place of wisdom and universal love and trust, right? Because that was the word that came in before I even pulled the card, was trust. So we want to talk to ourselves. We want to talk to the lower mind from the place of the trusting, beautiful, happy mind. And we want to calm that lower mind down like it's a child. I talk to my lower mind like it's a baby. Like, I will embrace my mind, and I literally do this in my head, and it's a vision I have of me taking a picture of myself, like it's an image of me as a little kid, and I put myself in my arms, and I will literally cradle myself, and I'll be like, yeah, I hear you. I love you, and I hear you. And I know you're afraid, but I don't want you to be afraid right now. That's how I talk to myself. I talk to myself like that because that's compassion, and I'm all about compassion. So this week, Four of Swords, peace in the mind as far as relationships are concerned. Quiet your mind, calm down, take a step back, chill out, relax. And then when you feel better, when it's time to get up, when spirit says that it's time to get up, then get up. All right? Okay. Excellent. Moving on to the next set of cards. I'm going to shuffle again because I want to put that card back in there. It cracks me up when the cards come out multiple times. They're like shouting at me like, hey, you've pulled me 3 times. Do you not get it? You're not getting the point. Okay, here we go. Let's look at, what should we look at next? Let's look at money next. Love, money, why not? Okay, and I'm spreading out my cards right now. The Aquarius Tarot, which is a deck that I've been using for probably almost 10 years. And I really like it. It's got soft, soothing colors. Oh, haha, total shock. I just got zapped by my own microphone. Very soothing colors, and just very simple in their design. You'll see some more of the cards as they come out. All right, so we're looking at money right now. So understanding, my friends, that money is not career. Money is not career. So really important to know that money is currency. It also represents an output of energy. It can also represent a center of focus. However, we're going to focus on money as being my own natural energy yield. That's an acronym. Oh shit. What is it? Acronym? Is it, somebody help me. Is it an acronym or an acronym? Okay, sorry you guys. My use of the language is obviously impaired. Okay, but money, M-O-N-E-Y. Money is my own natural energy yield. Okay, so what that means is what I focus on and bring to me is what I am, what is going to show up in terms of money, right? Currency, cash, coin, tradable stuff. All right, here we go. Pulling a card, tuning in to us for this week. Ooh, this card is hot right here. A lot of energy coming from this card. Let's see what this card says. Bigo Live gets it first. We got another sword here, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Whoop, woot, woot. All right, so the Queen of Swords, as we can see here, there's a lovely woman here. She's got a sword. What do swords represent? The mind, right? So Queen of Swords is a ruler, the feminine ruler of the mind. So when we think about femininity, or when we're in tarot and we're thinking about feminine archetypes, femininity is about allowing. We, as women, the paradigm or the consciousness we hold, or the social contract we have, is about being in the body, and rather than moving toward the thing, we're actually allowing the thing to come. We're allowing the universe to shape. We're allowing the universe to unfold. So this Queen of Swords is the queen of the mind. She's the master of the mind. The mind needs a master. And just as I said when we did the previous card, there are two voices. One wants to be the master. That's the one who is going to speak to you from the place of fear. That's the one that wants to rule you. That's your ego. But that's not the one we want to be in control. We don't want to be ruled by egoic stuff. We don't want to be ruled by egoic tendencies. We don't want to be ruled by fear, by lack, by separation. We want to be ruled by connection, our feelings and our body and our mind all unified, not one dominating. We don't want to be dominated in any way by any one thing. We want the higher mind and the lower mind working together. So what does this mean in terms of money? Well, a lot of us have a tendency to, number one, most of us think about money in terms of lack, what we don't have. And so we're thinking about, like, you know, the first thought that comes to our mind is, like, when I say money, you think about how much money you don't have. Like if I say, oh, it's time to pay the bills, the first thing you think is, okay, I gotta sacrifice, or I have to give up, or I don't have enough money to pay the bills, or whatever. So what we want to do is bring in this higher mind, this higher consciousness, to master the lower mind and get it into a mode of allowing as this beautiful regal queen. This beautiful regal queen holds at the hilt of her sword. She's not gripping her sword in a fist. She's gripping it in a cluster of roses. She's gripping it in a cluster of roses, which is gentle. So we're gentle with our minds, and we're gentle with how we use our minds in the world. So when you go forth into this week, when you go forward into this week and you're thinking about money, you're going to go in mastering your mind. So this week, you don't have to worry about how much money is coming in or what you should be doing for, you know, to make more money. It's going to be more about mastering your mind and focusing on how to allow more money, how you can allow more money to come to you. Being a little bit more passive, not totally passive, a little bit less action and a lot more heart. A little less action and a lot more visualization. What is it that you want? What do you want from your life? What do you want to experience? How do you want to feel? What's your intention? What do you want to experience in this world when you're spending your money? Abraham Hicks gives you a tip, and I think I talked about this last week. You take 20 bucks. They said, take 20 bucks, put it in your pocket, and then as you go about your day, spend that 20 bucks, but don't actually cash it in. Don't actually go buying stuff. That's not the point. You could if you want to, but instead, keep the $20 in your pocket and mentally, right? Mentally spend the money over and over again. What this does is it gets your mind in a mode of, I have lots of money and I get to spend it. And even though I spend it over and over and over again, there's always 20 bucks in my pocket. Wow, I spent 20 bucks just now and there's still 20 bucks in my pocket. How neat is that? That is really neat. But no matter what I do, I keep spending this money, and there's always money in my pocket. Oh, okay, thank you. Coming. Oh my God, I was just greeted by the cutest child on the planet. I know you all think your children are cute, but this child was adorable. He had his hair all slicked back. This is my last day. It's my going away party. His hair is all slicked down, and he's like, eat time. I'm like, oh my God, this kid is so adorable. So, okay, I'm going to hurry up because they're waiting for me for dinner, but I'll be down in a bit. So, boom, this card represents allowing your mind to be mastered by the higher mind and focusing on focusing on the things that are not so much about putting money out as much as focusing on your idea of the money experience. I can't emphasize this enough. How do you want to feel when you spend money? I like to feel like I got plenty of money left over. I want to go in and feel like there's a lot more money where this money came from, right? So sometimes tarot is going to tell you to go out and spend money. Sometimes it's going to tell you how to like make money. This week, what it wants you to do, and keep in mind, Mercury is retrograde. When Mercury is retrograde, you don't spend a lot of money right now. This is not the time to be making big investments. You make lots and lots of plans behind the scenes. You can go behind, like you can work on things that you've worked on before. But this is not about shelling out a whole lot of money so that you can be like, you know, getting yourself in debt or whatever. It's just right now about feeling your way through and creating positive feelings within yourself. That's what this card represents. I'm going to move on to career right now, and I'm going to then move on to health, okay? And then I'm going to do some quick readings on whoever's got questions for me. So we're looking at, this card is like totally jumping out. We're looking at career. So career is not your job, okay? The answer to your job question, because a lot of people ask me, should I leave this job where the people abuse me, I don't make enough money, I feel shitty when I go to work, and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere? You don't need to ask me. You don't have to pay me $100 to answer that question, because you know the answer to that question. Get the fuck out of that job. If you hate that job, get out that job. Do something. I'm not saying you got to leave the job today. I'm not saying you have to leave the job tomorrow. But you know that if that job makes you feel like shit, you should get out. All right? So the point is, don't ask me that. Instead, what you want to ask me is, how can I leave this job that sucks? Right? How can I leave the job that sucks? And that's a better question for the cards. That is a good use of your money and your time and my time as well, because I don't want to spend time telling you should leave a job when you know you should leave that job. You just are too afraid to, or you don't feel like you're qualified. I understand that. But there are ways for you to get qualified for the job you want. There are ways for you to plan to get out of the job that sucks. Okay, that's some free advice coming from me. For the rest of us who are actually interested in a career, meaning a job that feels exciting, that is a vocation, a job that feels like it's inspiring, that makes you want to get up in the morning, and when you get up, you're like, woo! I love my job. That's the kind of job I have. Why are we getting all these swords this week? This week is all about the mind. So this is the 8 of Swords, and in this card, the 8 of Swords shows a woman who is blindfolded and bound, and she is stuck like in a prison between all these swords. So this is a little bit of a repeat of what I just said. Get out of the prison of your own mind. So this week, Tarot wants us to focus on what on our limitations. Tarot wants us to focus on our limitations, meaning the limitations that we have in our minds. Where we feel limited in our mind, Tarot wants us to go in and do our homework, do our shadow work. Where do we feel limited? We want to remove doubt around our career. Now, this is around our career. This is around how we show up in the world, our self-expression. If you're a business owner, where are you feeling limited as a business owner? If you are working in a job that you actually love and you're working for somebody and you want to expand, where are you limiting yourself? If you have something going on in your career and you're not able to have a breakthrough, where are you limiting yourself? And here's where you can talk about money and career in the same breath. You can use money as a guide to help you understand how you're doing in your career. Now, money is not the measure of your career, okay? Money is the measure of your energy. Money is your own natural energy yield. However, when you have your money's drying up, you're a business owner and your money's drying up, you can use the money as a barometer to help you know that maybe you can look at something in your career. Money is not the measure of your career, of how you're doing in your career. Money is the measure of your own natural energy yield. That's all it is. However, for me, money's a great teacher because my energetic system watches money. So when money dries up, I always pause and say, well, what's going on with my energy yield? And I trace it back. One aspect of your energy yield is your career. The primary aspect of your energy yield is your connection to source. How connected you feel to everything in the world around you. All right? Boom. That's money for this week. Get out of the prison of your mind. And I am speeding up. I'm going through this quickly and getting ready to take the last card pertaining to health. Taking the last card pertaining to health. What does Spirit want us to know about health? Health being an expression of, really it's an expression of our mental state. 10 of coins. This is perfect. This is such a lovely card. 10 of coins, you see a family looking on their estate, on their castle. They've got 10 coins there. Come in and say hello to my friends. Come and say hello to my friends. Say hi. Hi. Say hi there. Hi. Give him some hearts, right? Is he not a heartthrob? He's awesome. Come say hi over here. Hi. Hi. And say hi over there. Hi. Okay, cool. I'll be down and tell them 10 minutes. I'll be there. Okay, close the door. Thank you. Okay, so that's a cute kid. I told you, with that hair, right? That hair and that big old smile, that's a cute kid, right? Awesome. So, gonna rush because they've made dinner. They've got crispy pork. They've got chakadao. If you're in Cambodia, you know how good crispy pork and chakadao is. And something else, and ABC beer. Yes. I'm not going to be able to get packed tonight. I'm going to have to get up in the morning and pack. All right, so health, good prospects for health. With your health, you want to really focus on the material aspect of yourself, meaning your physical body. Do things in a balanced way. Look at where you're going to extremes and bring it back to balance. Do whatever you can to bring it back to balance. You can focus. I like, for whatever reason, when this 10 is coming up, it's making me want to say 10 different ways that you can improve your health this week. That's your homework. I'm going to work on my 10 different ways, but your homework for 10 different ways that you can improve your health this week. For me, I think that I'm going to focus on more vegetables. More vegetables. I'm not doing something extreme like all vegetables. I'm just saying more vegetables. More water. more exercise, more just daily movement instead of sitting down working all the time, right? So this is how my list is going to go. You figure out what your list is, 10 things this week. If you do that, Spirit's going to reward you this week because that's what this card is. This is about somebody who's done their work. This is the 10 of coins. You've done your work. Now you're going to have a reward. Feed that energy. Feed it in with more affirmative stuff, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Ha! All right. So look, friends, I've got to sign off. So I'm going to do a quick read here. I've got Bigo. If you have a question that you want me to answer, write it out, and I'm going to answer it. I'm going on Facebook right now. I'm going to look at the first questions, and I'm going to answer those. I got to find them, though, because it's not so easy on Facebook to find the questions. I see that like some of them got lost last time. So Bigo, I'm keeping my eye on you. Okay. Show me your boobs. Dude, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Who, do you not know who I am? All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for questions, but it doesn't look like anybody has. Thank you, Karina, for correcting me with the acronym. Thank you. Okay, it looks like nobody has questions, which is fine, because I really do need to go. But I want to just make sure in case anybody has anything. Your apology is accepted, sir, who made the boobs comment. Thank you. Am I a professor? I'm not a professor, but I am a spiritual life coach. So I study spirituality and I study energy and I try to practice unconditional love and I try to send that out and help people find unconditional love. Even when they ask me to see my boobs. Ugh. All right, you guys. So I'm not seeing any questions, which means I'm going to go ahead and sign off, all right? The men I'm talking to now. Oh, what about them? Okay. Wait, I got one. So we're going to ask a quick romance, answer a quick romance question here. Going in. Hi, LJ. Laura Jane's on. Laura Jane's a fantastic yogini. You can be following her, Laura Jane. ilaurajane.com. Okay. Wonderful writings, always sending out wonderful newsletters and things like this and posting beautiful videos about your men, love. Okay, there's somebody, Karina, there's somebody that's coming in for you with this heart thing, man. It's a big deal. So just keep on. One of them is holding the cup. Somebody's got your heart. One of them is working it. I would say one of them might be a yes, but this is kind of very affirmative. You know, this is about him holding you. So we can talk about that more, okay? But I would say that that's a yes. And thank you for loving my hair. It's possible to find inner peace around bad situations. Edwin, if you're still logged on, that's such a good question. And the answer is yes. And that's why we're here on Earth. We're here on Earth to find peace, even in the bad situations. That's why most of us are suffering, you know, because we're resisting the bad situations. And the fact is, we want to change our bad situations. And at the same time, we also want to find unconditional love. That's what unconditional love is, finding peace in bad situations. And it does not mean that you're condoning a bad situation because you're finding peace within it. You can still fight against a bad situation and be at peace. That's what all these awesome, like, martial artists are about, you know? That's what martial arts is being at peace with the moment and still fighting. That's why that stuff rocks. That's why it's so good. All right, my friends. So I'm going to sign off, okay? Thanks so much for listening, for tuning in, for saying hi. And next week, we should be back on at our regular time, which is Saturday nights at 7 o'clock. If you're in California, if you're on the West Coast of the United States, for me, it's Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. But anyway, it'll be posted on my website. Check it out, crystallinbell.com, www.crystallinbell.com. Okay, bye, my friends. Loving you so much. Sending you lots of love all over. Peace out. All right. Yes. Signing off over here. Signing off over here and not knowing how to sign off. Bye.